Okay. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock, and we're going to get started with our webinar. My name is Rohan Bensali, and Rob Martin's here, and both of us are going to take you through the webinar this evening. Just some quick housekeeping things. If you guys have any questions, jump on the chat box. When I'm presenting, Rob will be able to answer for you, and he can interrupt and address it on the webinar if necessary, or in the chat box. And when Rob's presenting his part on the back half, I will be manning the chat box, and feel free to ask questions. All right, and with that, we are going to get going. So let me just move on over to our share screen. All right. Okay, terrific. Okay, so you guys can get a hold of us in a couple of different ways. If you have questions during or after the presentation, you can ask in the chat box, but afterwards, this is my Facebook page, Dr. Rohan Bensali, and you can email me if you like at teamfindyourfocus@gmail.com, or go to my site, teamfindyourfocus.com. You get a little bit of my backstory there, and Rob's going to tell you how to get a hold of him.
Yeah, you can get a hold of me, countryclubfitnessgm@gmail.com or firstefitness.com, or just message me, and we can certainly set up an appointment to talk about the business.
Excellent. All right. So we're here to talk a little bit about the Beachbody Coach Opportunity, and there's a couple of things there right off the bat that are important. The first is that it's about coaching. It's about helping other people achieve success, and it's an opportunity. It's a chance. It's not a guarantee. It's not something that you're definitely going to be successful with, but it is a chance for you to make a real difference in your own life and the lives of others. So this is a little bit about me, and Rob will tell you a little bit about him in a bit. I have been a Beachbody customer since 2011, and you can see I certainly needed it. If you guys have never heard of the metabolic syndrome, which is problems with glucose metabolism and high triglycerides and the big gut, that's the metabolic syndrome right there, and that's the kind of thing that leads to diabetes. So this is me about late 2010 before I made a decision. I started with Beachbody in 2011 with a program called P90 or Power 90. It had 4 workouts for 90 days. So for two workouts alternating for the first 6 weeks and 2 workouts alternating for the next 6 weeks. And you can imagine after a while that gets pretty tedious. But it just goes to show you that if you put your mind to it, you can get good results. And I had very nice results with P90. And it's a funny story now, but I refused to try Shakeology for a long time. And that's Beachbody's hallmark nutritional product. And I just refused to try it for about 2 years until my wife said, enough, let's give this thing a try. And it absolutely changed our lives to the point now that we don't go anywhere without our Shakeology. So finally, I became a coach after being a customer for more than 2 years, and I became a coach in 2013. My own coach, who helped me in my fitness journey, asked me a couple of times to be a coach, and I said no. I'm too busy. I don't have enough time. I'm a cardiologist, and there's no way for me to create a side business. I had all these sorts of excuses until I actually joined up and realized they weren't really worthwhile excuses. And then I didn't do anything for a full 8 months after I joined up because I just didn't. I just had the account and I let it sit there, and I didn't actively coach anybody. So we totally get where everyone's coming from. So now I am a 2-star diamond coach, which means absolutely nothing to you, and it shouldn't. It just means that I've experienced a little bit of success as a coach. More importantly, I'm a father of 2, and you can see my kiddies over there. On the left was me when I was still pretty unhealthy, and my son at that point was a few months old. And then on the right, I'm far stronger and healthier. That little baby there is on my shoulders now as a bigger boy. And my daughter, who came along a little later, is in my arms. And this is the heart of Beachbody. There's no way that the dad on the left could do what the dad on the right is doing. Forget that the dad on the right is 5 or 6 years older. It's the energy and the nutrition and the exercise that Beachbody allows you to become the kind of person you want to be. So I am a father of 2, and that's probably my favorite thing to talk about. I'm a full-time cardiologist, which doesn't mean anything except for the fact that even if you're a busy professional, you can do this. You certainly don't need to have an advanced degree in anything to be successful in this business. All you need to do is have a big heart, no pun intended. I'm a runner, and I just put that in exclamation points because it's one of those things I could never do in my entire life. When I was a kid and we had the President's Challenge, you had to run a mile. I was terrified because I knew I couldn't even get a quarter mile around the track, and now I had to run a full mile. And here I am as an adult many, many years later, and I've run 3 marathons in the last year. And it's something I never thought possible, but Beachbody's opened up all new venues of activity for me. I love programs like P90X and PIO. PIO is a program I'm doing right now. It is a very low impact type of program. So if you have joint problems or don't want to jump up and down because you live on the second floor of an apartment, all that stuff is available to you. So enough about me. Let's talk about Beachbody. What is Beachbody, and what's the difference between Beachbody and Team Beachbody? Okay, so Beachbody started back in 1998. These two really amazing guys, Carl Deichler and John Congdon, who are the executives of Beachbody, they had a sort of back of the napkin conversation about starting a company to help people lose weight and get in shape. Now that is an area where there are a lot of companies and products and fitness tools. So what was going to be special about them? Well, they decided they're really going to make high quality programs that work, and they're going to sell it direct to consumers. In 2000, they created the program called P90 with a guy named Tony Horton. You may have heard Tony Horton. We'll talk about him in a second. P90 was that program that I did that took 90 days and absolutely changed my life with a grand total of 4 workouts. In 2004, the entire game changed when Tony created P90X. Almost everyone's heard of P90X, Power 90 Extreme. It is the program that revolutionized home fitness. People were getting ripped, fantastic results at home, and it really it was really a revolution. But what we found was that some people were struggling with programs like P90X, and what they were doing was reaching out to people who had already done the program, so-called P90X grads, who were acting as mentors. And when they acted as mentors, we found that the people who had a mentor did much better, had much higher success rates of completing the program, and had much better results. So in 2007, Beachbody said, well, we've got to codify this and make it something real, and they created Team Beachbody. And basically what it is a group of people who love Beachbody programs or are willing to help others achieve the results they're looking for. And then things exploded. Since 2007, when Team Beachbody was created, you could see there has been an incredible number of programs, from the aptly named Insanity on the far left there, to programs like Turbo Fire. You can see Shalene Johnson jumping up and down there. Very high energy program, very popular. To programs like Body Beast, which came around 2012. Now, Body Beast is a phenomenal program. It is a weightlifting program really designed at creating strength and muscle mass. But what we found was that it made weightlifting accessible to women. Now, we don't talk a lot about weightlifting in women, but what we know from the science of it is that weightlifting for women helps promote lean body mass, protects bone density, prevents osteoporosis, helps with glucose metabolism, basically keeps them healthy. Women need to lift weights, and you can't get big and bulky like guys do unless you're, injecting testosterone, which I assume is not what people are doing. You get long, lean muscles and really strong bones. And here we are, we had a program that now made weightlifting very accessible to women in their own homes without the sort of, uncomfortableness in a gym where they don't know how to use machines or weights and they're worried about that. They can do all this on their own in the privacy of their own house, basically with a personal trainer on your television. And it really revolutionized that sort of program for women. And then in 2013, we did it again with a program called T25 by Shaun T, the guy who created Insanity, which made basically a very time-efficient program. It is a 25-minute workout, a high-intensity interval training workout, 25 minutes a day, 5 days a week, although one day is a double, and got you the kind of results you had with a much longer workout program. So now, not having the time to work out became a non-excuse. P90X3 came out a couple of months later, which also was 30 minutes a day, and then 21 Day Fix came out with 30-minute-a-day workouts geared at the beginner and a foolproof nutrition system. So now you had the complete package. A nutrition system that anyone could follow that automatically balanced your caloric and macronutrient needs, carbs and proteins and healthy fats and things like that, with very beginner level exercise. A couple of months later, they revamped the original P90, which I did, into the new P90. And I realized N equals 1. You know, this is only one person, but my 70-year-old mom has gone through P90 and went from being diabetic to non-diabetic. And for me, that is a huge difference to get my mom into non-diabetic range using this program. I'm not saying that's going to happen for everybody. It's not medical advice, but it definitely happened for my mom. And again, she's 70. So if my 70-year-old mom can do it, I'm pretty sure anybody could do it. And then programs like PIO and Max already came out. And these are dated at this point because there's plenty more programs have come out since then. Okay, great. So you have this company that's put out these great products. How do I know that it's going to be around a couple of years from now? I mean, a few years ago, we thought Tybo was all the rage, and that's gone. So how do we know this is going to continue to grow? Well, here's the Beachbody revenue since Team Beachbody was created in 2007. You can see the growth curve is almost asymptotic. I mean, it's growing very, very rapidly. And in 2015, they exceeded $1 billion in sales, and they continue to grow. Now, keep in mind that Team Beachbody is only in North America, the United States, and Canada. They have not yet moved to other countries where this is big, like Europe, South America, Asia, Africa. There's plenty of growth available, but even here in the United States and in Canada, they've exceeded $1 billion in sales. So it's a company that's going to be here for the long term. What makes us unique? Why is this company growing so rapidly, and why is it so successful? Well, we have 4 basic parts to our programs. We have the fitness, which we've already spoken about briefly, the nutrition, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second, the peer support and the rewards, which Rob is going to get in with you in just a few minutes. So nutrition, this is Shakeology. Shakeology is our hallmark meal replacement shake, and when people ask us what Shakeology is, we tell them it's our daily dose of superfood nutrition. And that sounds absolutely ridiculous until you actually break that down into its component parts. So daily. Shakeology is one of these things that you don't just drink now and then. You drink it every day as a meal replacement because it provides you with such amazing nutrition and health benefits that it's something you'll never want to miss. I joked about not trying Shakeology for 2 years, but now I won't go anywhere. My wife and I recently celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary when we went to Europe with our kids, and we took our Shakeology with us because despite the fact that there was pizza and pasta everywhere in Italy, we wanted our Shakeology for one of our meals. It's that important. So it's your daily dose. When you think dose, obviously you're thinking medication. Shakeology is not medication. But what it does do, and there's a clinical trial that shows this, that when taken twice a day, it lowers your lipids, which is your cholesterol. It lowers blood sugar, and that's a test called hemoglobin A1C. It lowers that when compared to a group not taking Shakeology over 90 days doing the same amount of exercise. So Shakeology has some real clinical data that improves your cholesterol and blood sugar. So it's not a medication, but you certainly take it like a medication. And it's your dose of superfood nutrition. Well, this is what the superfoods are. There are 70 source harvested superfoods and trace minerals from around the world. Things like, well, I won't bore you with all the names, and I can't pronounce half of them, like ashwagandha. But they are designed to provide your body with the basic nutrients that it needs that we often miss in our diets, which aren't as varied as they should be. And for me in particular, it provides us with superfoods that help boost your immune system. And that's huge for me. As I said, I work in a hospital as a cardiologist, and so I'm exposed to germs, bacteria, and viruses all day long. And I promise you, the days where I miss my Shakeology, mostly because I've given out too many samples and I don't have enough left for myself, if I go a week without Shakeology, I invariably am susceptible to some sort of illness in the hospital. So for me, these superfoods make a huge difference in my life. It comes in some wonderful flavors. This is a little dated now. On the left, you can see the vegan flavors if you don't want whey protein. If you are okay with whey protein, then these flavors are in black. There's another one called Cafe Latte. I'm particularly susceptible to the chocolate. Fond of the chocolate. My wife used to drink that tropical strawberry, and then the day that Cafe Latte came out, bye-bye tropical strawberry. It's never seen our house again. Poor tropical strawberry. And Cafe Latte is here every month. Rob, what do you like? What's your favorite flavor?
You know, it's hard. I was a big chocolate vegan guy, and like your wife, once Cafe Latte came out, I kind of went over to that. But lately, vanilla has got me. So
Very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of my teammates love the vanilla. I actually really like greenberry. And someone, some funny story. Someone once told me, "Hey, I looked it up. There's no such fruit as greenberry. They don't grow on trees." I'm like, "Well, Reese's peanut butter cups don't grow on trees either, but people seem to eat them. So I'm not sure that's necessarily a valid argument." All right. So look, Beachbody's got something for everybody. You've got programs that help you that help you lose weight. If you want to use DVDs, we have those available. I personally like those a lot because I have something solid in my hand. If you like this streaming access, that's available. If you need equipment for your programs, either whether it's a jump mat or push-up bars or resistance bands, all those things are available from Beachbody. We have not really cleanses, reboots, if you will, programs. We have ranging from 3 days up to 21 days. I've done that 3-day refresh multiple times, helped me stop using artificial sugars like Splenda, really helped me stop drinking Diet Cokes. I really got a lot out of that program. It made a big difference in my life. But my favorite part are the supplements. Now, the supplements are, and they're not actually pictured here, are what Beachbody calls the performance line. They have a pre-workout, an intra-workout hydrate, a post-workout recovery drink, and an overnight recharge, which helps decrease delayed onset muscle soreness from intense workouts. And then, of course, they have a creatine, which is monohydrate and high quality. And these have been vetted scientifically. The guy who created them is a Harvard-trained exercise physiologist. And just recently, Beachbody became the official supplement of the Ironman triathlon. For those of you who are not familiar with Ironman, it is a 3-part race which consists of swimming, bicycling, followed by a full 26.2-mile marathon. So if you're talking about that intensity of exercise, I mean, people who are really good at that race finish in 10 hours. People who are just trying to survive finish in 14 or 16 hours. So you can imagine that a race of that intensity will require a very good supplement for their racers, and Beachbody, like I said, has been heavily vetted scientifically, and that's it's really made a big difference to my own training. So okay, great. So you have all these great programs, these great supplements, a company that looks like they're really on the up and up. Does any of this stuff work? Well, you saw some of my before and afters before, but check out some of these. You get to see some people of all shapes and sizes. Some have a whole lot of weight to lose, and some of them start with not so much weight to lose, but need to get a little more defined and ripped. Whatever your personal, fitness goals are, that's what's that's what you're shooting for. We have something available for you that you can find. Whatever your goals are, you can make them happen using Beachbody programs. Okay, and then of course Beachbody coaching and peer support is the heart of what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to throw it on over to Rob just after this slide. Let's talk about what a coach should and shouldn't be. So if you're interested in coaching, but you're scared because it sounds like you have to do a lot of stuff, the first thing I want you to know is you don't need to be a fitness and nutrition expert. And Rob's going to tell you about the fact that he is certified in personal training, but that's not necessary. The same way it's not necessarily be a cardiologist to be a coach. You don't have to be a fitness and nutrition expert. All you have to do is be willing to share the product with other people. Beachbody are the fitness and nutrition experts. They have the programs, they have the nutritional products, they take care of that stuff. You don't have to be at your fitness goals. In fact, people who are just in the middle of their journey are the ones that seem to have the best success helping other people. It's hard to identify with someone who's already got a perfect body and ripped and has abs and quads and chest. You can't identify with that person in the middle of his or her journey. But someone who is, committed and doing their workouts every day and drinking their shakes every day, that's the person that people can identify with. And you definitely don't have to be an experienced salesperson. This is not about sales. We don't want salespeople on our team. We want people who are willing to share how Beachbody is helping to change their own lives, and they're willing to share how it can help other people. And that involves reaching out and talking to people and sharing your journey. you have to be committed to actually being on the journey. How can you tell people about Shakeology of the programs if you're not actually using them? So being, proof of the product's efficacy is part of what being a coach is about. And then the most exciting part for most of us is improving and developing yourselves. Every day, we commit ourselves to doing some level of personal development to improve our mind and our vision and our thoughts. So we look at the world differently. We look at how we interact with other people differently. And this has led to changes in our own relationships and our relationships with ourselves and with others, and a lot of personal growth. Okay, Rob, I'm going to take it off my screen share, and Rob's going to pick us up. Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, excellent.
All right, let me take off me.
Get here.
Okay.
Screen. And okay. So my name is Rob Martin. You can see before pictures when I was a lot younger. I was obese as a kid, pretty much throughout adolescence, and really struggled with it. As many of you, if you have gone through that journey as a child, kids are cruel, and it's something that really, truly always kind of sticks with you. So through college, I was overweight, and then I kind of did everything I could through a lot of ways I would certainly never recommend to lose the weight. But as I got into my early to mid 30s, the weight started coming back on, the bad habits started coming back. And I really wasn't exactly sure how to lose the weight. And so what I did is I pretty much turned to an infomercial I saw on TV, and P90X was that. And, it was at a time in my life where I was kind of desperate to find a solution. And I did the first P90X workout, and pretty much that was the last workout I was ever going to do because it was extremely hard. But then something miraculous happened. My coach, somebody identifying himself as a coach, gave me a call on the phone and said, "Hey, I want to invite you to one of our groups. We have a lot of people, that are going through the same process you are, and I think it would the community of it, the support would certainly help you." So through pretty much thinking I was going to do one workout and that was it, I finished the 90-day program, and currently I think I'm on somewhere around 3,000 different workouts I've completed through Beachbody, different programs, all different types. So it's been quite a journey. So after a short period of time, my coach said, "Hey, if you like the discounts, or if you'd like to get discounts off the products and what you're doing anyways, we could certainly help you out." It sounded cool to me. So that's what I did. I became a coach, not to help anybody else, not to make any money, but certainly just, to use the products and experience the business tax benefits that owning a small business had. So that's kind of the way I started. And for a number of years, that's all I did, until I figured, boy, you love this so much. It's meant so much to you, and you love the people in it. Why share this to yourself? And so really I started on my journey to make me better for my family. And you can see my family pictured there. They're certainly getting a lot bigger from the point I started some 7 years ago. So that's kind of where I am. About me now, I fell in love with the lifestyle. I fell in love with fitness. I fell in love with helping people. I was, enthralled with all the information that came with it. What, if you go through a lot of these magazines, you read a lot of fallacies, a lot of quick fixes, a lot of unhealthy ways of doing things. So my certifications more or less were derived out of information-based, not necessarily, using it as a tool to earn another income. Although, it certainly has helped in the business. But I have coaches that are far more successful than me, that are kindergarten teachers, school teachers, stay-at-home moms, trainers, gym owners, et cetera, et cetera. So for my full-time job, I'm the general manager of a 27-hole country club, former golf professional. So any type of background, you just don't necessarily have to be some, fitness guru to do this. Like Rohan said, people want to be able to relate to you. Sometimes it's harder for me now because I'm in the shape that I am in, rather than when I first started to help other people. Because again, they think that they can't, I can't relate to what they're going through, but when the reality is I certainly can. So I love PiO. Lifting, Body Beast is my addiction. HIIT workouts, Insanity Asylum, Max 30 are all fantastic. And the reality really is that if you're doing fitness, you need to be doing a little bit of everything. So the benefits of being a coach, they're really, you can't really list them. There's so many of them, whether just from a, business standpoint, you can set your own work hours, which is fantastic, especially with a lot of us with very busy lives. Certainly Rohan and being, on call and rotation in his busy schedule, me working a lot during the summer with tournaments and teaching. You can do this on your own schedule, your own time. With the advent of social media and smartphones, you can do it in the line at grocery stores while you're waiting to pick up your kids at practice or school. It's pretty much anywhere. And because it's essentially social, really it's all about, helping other people. You can do this anywhere at any time, whether you're talking to friends or family or, acquaintances, people at the park, whatever the case may be. And then certainly now with social media, you can expand nationally like we have done. So that's kind of the beauty of it. And the other main benefit of being a coach is that in order to establish a business, the infrastructure is already done. The investment is minimal, if any. I've invested in numerous businesses, numerous properties, and the one thing that they have in common with all of them is that it costs a lot of money and a tremendous amount of risk to do. Something at this point in my life with family and 3 kids and saving for college, I'd probably be unable to do that I've done in the past. So that's kind of the beauty. What you receive as a coach, you don't have to be a website master. Everything is pre-done, preloaded. You just update your bio right in there, and everything is essentially ready to go. You get an online office that provides you all the information you could possibly ever imagine, from clients, orders, commissions, bonuses, products, training, personal development, coach calls. Just recently they launched an app, which is absolutely phenomenal, where you can run up to 10 different groups simultaneously on your phone, on your iPad. It is spectacular. If you're a trainer, if you're a gym owner, this is like a must. There is no better way to help people get results than see them on a daily basis. So the rewards, aside from intrinsically helping other people get into the best shape of their lives and helping them realize what they thought was impossible to make it probable, that's perhaps the greatest reward. But certainly this is a business. The commissions are spectacular, so you earn 25% commission off of anything sold on your sites. The on-demand feature, which Rohan touched upon, regarding the live streaming, is a 50% commission, and which is a phenomenal residual income, and we can explain that a little bit later. Bonuses, the more successful you are showing other people what you love doing, and the more successful you are getting other coaches results, the more bonuses you'll earn, in which case that's really where we're talking geometric income rather than linear income. And, I don't want to go into it because it's a whole separate discussion, but look up the 4-year career, and it's a great explanation of linear versus geometric progression income. So you earn all kinds of trips, recognition. Personal development is so key. It's meant the world to me as far as making me a better person, a better dad, a better husband, the way I view life. It's, Beachbody, aside from monetarily, has just made me a vastly different person in the way I take on the world. I attack each day. I look forward to waking up. I have a hard time going to bed because so many things are running through my mind, where before I would do anything just to get to bed and sleep as late as I could, almost kind of, wasting the day away. So passion-wise, it's soup to nuts. Statement of earnings, kind of, it's all out there, what it is, what it isn't. And I think that's kind of the great part about the business is that if you treat this like $1 million business, it will be $1 million business yearly. If you treat it like nothing, you earn nothing. And so ultimately, this is all in front of you. So if you're a real go-getter, you're going to make a lot of money at this. If, you have a hard time getting out of bed and you don't really want to do anything and, you're looking for a quick fix, this probably isn't for you, because this is not a quick fix. This is essentially almost like your fitness, is that you just do this on a consistent daily basis and the rewards are going to pay for themselves. If you do it once a week, maybe once every couple weeks, it just won't work. So if you are passionate about fitness or you want to help other people, you love it yourself, this will make you more accountable. But it is a business. And so like any business, if you don't put any time or effort and dedication into it, it's not going to have a reward to it. And so everybody's different. I'm certainly different from Rohan. He has a different skill set than I do. I have a different skill set than he does. I have a different skill set than my coaches. I will say that the coach that I am now is 180 degrees different from the coach that I was when I first began. It's a learning curve, just like all things, is that Malcolm Gladwell says 10,000 hour rule to become an expert. And that's true. Just like anything in life, you're not going to be an expert out of the gate. But the beauty of this is as you learn, you earn. This doesn't have to be one of those things you study and then, 6 months down the road you start. You start from when you sign up, and you can be the most successful coach right out of the gate as you're learning. And so that truly is one of the great parts about the business, is that you don't have to know everything. We have a lot of infrastructure in place, just like this webinar, where you can invite your prospects or people that are interested in the business to view it without you having to know everything about it. And so that's kind of one of the intriguing aspects. So the training tools, whether it be online that Beachbody provides, whether it be some of the support groups that our individual teams provide, or whether it be your coach, myself or Rohan, or whatever coach may have invited you to provide all the training, all the information, all the marketing tools, it's all done. Beachbody spends over $100 million a year in advertising. There's not one person I speak to on a daily basis when you ask them, have you heard of, and they say no. Everybody has heard of it. It's already a proven product. It's already one of the hottest products going. Whenever they launch a new product, it sells out. I mean, that's just the reality of it, is that they have a following. So as Rohan said, the business is growing exponentially, and it's going to keep on getting larger as we start to expand to different countries. And that, that is a huge, huge bonus for you to get on the ground floor before that happens. So the communication is all kinds of information that corporate headquarters puts out that you have access to. There's over 1,000 different coach calls of the top coaches giving you tips, suggestions, advice, inspiration, motivation, where they came from. Social media, it is so easy now. When I first started, this is pre-Facebook. And so, you were left to kind of doing it all yourself. Now it is absolutely phenomenal, all the people that you can reach. What can you expect from our team? The beauty of this business is there are no secrets, right? In a lot of businesses, if you asked a millionaire how they became a millionaire, they're not going to share it with you. With this business, it actually pays me to help you become a millionaire, literally. So the more successful that you are, in return, the more successful the team is going to be, with everything that it provides. And so there's a huge advantage. A lot of times when you go into a new job, people may not be willing to show you all of the great things that it has to offer because they don't want you to advance. They don't want you to make more money than they make. There's a lot of different sticking points. With this business, everybody wants you to be a success on the team because in a direct or indirect way, it benefits them. So support, the leadership, The meetings are just amazing. In fact, I met Rohan down in Nashville this past July, where we had over 30,000 coaches join in their network, Summit Network. So pretty amazing there. What are the options? How can I join the team and help people reach their fitness goals? I'm ready to join the challenge group, whether it be as a coach or a customer. And you can do either, right? Like I said, both me and Rohan started off as phenomenal customers first. I have a lot of coaches that started as a coach first and then fell in love with the programs. And so you can do it either way. You can become a customer and work on yourself and then transition over to a coach, or you can become a coach that falls in love with the product. So either way, is great with us. Certainly we try to help everybody with whatever they feel comfortable with. Although I will say, the one thing that I've taken away from Beachbody in my time is that I've learned to becoming comfortable being uncomfortable, if that makes any sense. Is that, the more situations I can put myself in that I'm a little bit uncomfortable at, the better I get at those situations and really tackling life challenges and what it has to offer. It's gotten me through a lot of tough times with family issues, with some sick children. So it's been pretty phenomenal from that standpoint. So how do I join as a coach? Joining as a coach, probably the easiest way to do it and the way you're going to save the most money would be purchasing a challenge pack, in which case you can get the fitness program of your choice, whether it be Body Beast or P90X or PIO, T25 Insanity, although that is insane. I'm in the process of doing that right now. There's millions of them to choose from. 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, 22-minute hardcore, T25. The list really goes on. And that's really the other aspect of this, is that it's so phenomenal, is that regardless of what you like doing workout wise or what somebody needs, we have it all. Now, as a trainer, there are certain things that I am better at than other things. I'm never going to teach a yoga class. While I love yoga, it's just not my thing to teach. And so I would never teach that. But with Beachbody, you have the 3-week yoga retreat that you can give a client. Or PIO. As much as I love PIO, I'm certainly not skilled at teaching a PIO class. Or perhaps, you love HIIT workouts and I could teach a HIIT workout, but somebody needs a little bit longer of a HIIT workout than I would teach in a class. And so that's the aspect that I think, is really remarkable, and that it has something for everybody. And for the trainer, it's phenomenal because you can essentially give your client exactly what they need when they're not seeing you, maybe just for that strength program or working on form with Olympic lifts or whatever the case may be. So challenge pack is the best way to go. Saves you a tremendous amount of money. It gets you the program that you want. Gets you a month of Shakeology Home Direct or performance supplements. So that way, again, you can be a product of the product. This is not about sales. This is about helping clients. And so, I tell people, this is like recommending a restaurant or recommending a movie. If you yourself haven't seen the movie, you yourself haven't eaten at the restaurant, it's going to come off as phony. And this is the same way. You have to be able to talk about the programs, not all the programs, but you have to have one that you fall in love with, that you can talk about and explain. And so that's how the most successful coaches interact. I have more coaches that are trainers that don't do the programs, or they haven't, done one, and they're not successful. Then I have other trainers that absolutely are rocking this because they use 22-minute hardcore to supplement their weight training for a HIIT workout rather than just doing steady state cardio. So depending upon how you use it, that's the recommended. You can also become a coach by paying a $40 enrollment fee in Shakeology Home Direct, or just get a fitness program and pay the $40 coach enrollment fee. So those are the 3 different ways that you can become a coach. Certainly the challenge pack, to me, is the best way to go. You save the $40. You already saved the $50 to $80 off of the discounted savings. You get a free month of the live streaming, which is absolutely amazing. I've fallen in love with that. They have a cooking show, reality TV, trainer show, all kinds of cool stuff, and more to come. That's going to be essentially a cable network, in the foreseeable future that you get paid on. There is a $15.95 monthly fee. It's an ongoing business service fee, and what that does is it's actually an amazing fee. When I first joined up, and I didn't know what it provided. I'm like, that boy, $16. I don't need another $16 a month bill. But when it covers everything that you need, from product knowledge, product training, 3 websites, your coach online office, your app, all the product warehousing, customer service, 365 days a year, 24/7, technical support, marketing, communications, returns, training, success on demand, Beachbody on demand, streaming. It covers everything. Now, I own another business that has a website, and the website is absolutely horrific. It costs me $99 a month just to host it. It doesn't sell anything. It's pretty much up there, just kind of floating in space. Nobody responds to it. It's a storefront that doesn't sell anything. And I pay $99 a month for that. With this, it's amazing. And so if you are a service member, whether active duty or a veteran, first of all, thank you for your service. Secondly, you don't pay these fees. As a thank you, Beachbody provides this service at no charge as a thank you and a tribute to your service to this country. They also do a number of USO tours. They're wounded warrior supporters. They build houses for veterans. The list goes on and on, the charitable endeavors that they do. But service members, active duty, veterans, you do not pay this $15.95. It is waived. And you can ask your coach how you go about filling out that waiver form. So that's another great aspect. And then certainly as a customer, we have over 3,000 different SKUs or inventory items that you can purchase, whether it be programs, Shakeology, on demand, supplements, accessories, clothing. The list really is endless. It's pretty staggering, all the different things. So you can get a challenge pack again to join up, whether you become a coach or you just want to essentially become a customer. You could get Shakeology Home Direct, which means you get 30 days of nutrition every month, or you can get a fitness program. So whatever really you're looking to solve the solution, although I will say if you're looking to get the whole solution, the challenge pack is the best way to go, because we all know that while exercise is super, super important, any success that you have, 70% of that is going to be based upon your nutrition. And Beachbody knows this. This is why they designed Shakeology, the whole food nutrition. So in the next 24 hours, what do we do? The person who invited you will definitely follow up and ask, hey, what did you like best about the presentation? What can we possibly change about the presentation? Does it feel like a fit? Because quite honestly, this doesn't work unless you do, and unless this is something that you're passionate about. If this is something that you're like, I'd like to make some extra money, but maybe fitness isn't the way to go, probably not a great fit for you. So, whether you need to go through your journey and this is going to help you do that, awesome. Whether or not you have gone through your journey and you're so passionate about fitness and helping other people and you'd love to make supplemental income, phenomenal. And what appeals to you? Maybe right now you just want to become a customer. You really need to work on you first, and then maybe down the road becoming a coach. Or maybe, I'm ready to go. I want to make money at it. I want a tax break. I want to be able to write off things that I do on a regular basis, whether it be my cell phone bills or, fitness or gym membership or whatever the case may be. And so anything that you use in pursuit of profit for your business is now a business expense. And so you can touch base with your accountant and find out what they recommend. But I've been doing it for 7 years, and so far so good. So think about what does becoming a coach mean for me? Is it going to really change myself personally, physically, financially, mentally? How is that going to change? And who can I help? I mean, I think to me, that's one of the greatest values that Beachbody has. One of the slogans we have is end the trend of obesity. And I see it on a daily basis because, in all honesty, if you're helping somebody who's a mom or a dad, you're not just helping that mom or dad, you're helping a family. When my coach helped me, he changed not only me, but he changed my wife, he changed my kids, he changed their future, both from a health standpoint and from a financial standpoint. So the amount of people that you help is not just that one person in a family, but you're truly changing the entire family. And what are my goals and dreams? You know what? It's sad to say, but before Beachbody, I just kind of bounced from each day, one to the other, almost like a Plinko chip on The Price is Right. If anybody watches The Price is Right anymore, but you just kind of bounce off one nail to another, hoping that somehow miraculously you're going to be able to retire someday, or you're going to be able to pay your kids' college bills, or you're going to be able to pay off the debt that you have. Because we're a dual income family, my wife and I, every time we had a child, everything went on the credit card in order to survive, to the tune of we were up to $30,000, $40,000 just in credit card debt. I mean, we were just dying. When you have supplemental income, that money can go earmarked for whatever you're looking to do. So needless to say, we don't have any more credit card debt. We don't have any more car payments. We're working on one mortgage payment out of the properties that we own. So we've been able to do a lot with that supplemental income. And so that's truly what it means. So if you have any questions, certainly touch base back with the coach that invited you, whether it be Rohan, myself, or otherwise. We're always more than happy to talk and relate our experiences, and that's what they are. They're our experiences. I think I used to get extremely frustrated, when you used to look at other people, and try to compare yourself, whether it be financially or physically or mentally or however you would compare yourself. Ultimately, we're all at different chapters of our life and what we're looking for. My chapter 12 may be different than somebody else's who's starting on their chapter 1, or Rohan may be on his chapter 20 for somebody else's. So we're all on different chapters, but the great part is we can all share our experiences and how we've gone about doing it. And you can get in touch with me as well. Rohan, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's terrific. We just wanted to thank you guys for jumping on with us and hope you enjoyed the presentation. And we will all be reaching out to you within the next 24 hours to go over the questions that Rob outlined. And we really appreciate your time. Thanks very much. All right, great. Okay, good night, everybody.